dance and play. Exploration calls us to take the skies again. Together we'll find what we lost in the fray. As the moon's silver light guides our way, we begin again. We begin again.
All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 19 of Moonstruck Saga. We are again on the dark side of the moon, turning on the Sentinels. Terrible, terrible statement after yesterday's game. I was about to say something, then I forgot. We are still doing, because we forgot to take it off the banner, so we're gonna still keep doing the $20 token. Donation gets 2 cards to everybody in the community. If you'd like to do that, thank you very much. We appreciate the help. So yeah, the power is back on. Yesterday, you guys had a couple hours of having a very hard time breathing, not being able to go outside. None of the lights were coming on. If you did turn on any of your lights, you would notice they both drained much quicker than they should have, or just didn't go out as far as the light should go. Also, if you used AP, you had to use twice as much just to do anything. And yeah, I think we're just ready to get into it. So we've got Caram, played by Prophecy of Zero. Caram's dead.
Pleased to be here. Sorry.
No, I thought we've got Officer Gemini, played by Zach.
Howdy, howdy.
We've got Captain Ibring, played by Ez.
Hello, everyone.
We have Iskra, played by... Do you want to go by Molly or Iskra when I introduce?
Either. You pick.
Alright. So Iskra, played by Molly.
Ew.
And we got Midnight, played by Kawari.
Awoo.
And before this game takes its dark turn, let's go to the kitchen real fast. In case we forgot, this is a little onion dude named Scalix. Scalix is one of the alum. Alum are, well, they're little onion people on the moon.
Oh, like allium. Got it.
Yes. They do eat. They eat and drink. They can consume anything, we have learned, including each other. We have seen what happens if they begin cannibalizing themselves, which they'll do if you let them, give them the chance. They are polite. They are very interested in trade.
What happens if they eat each other?
Well, the other ones go away and then they just keep living. We saw one room that is just full of husks of them, that 800s of them to stay alive for 1,000 years.
Okay.
Right. And then, so this is the rec room, basically. And Peanut has commandeered it to hold all of his meetings because he doesn't like his small office that is right next to Crystal's room. He does not like Crystal. So he has come back, and the rest of the crew, you guys are all right. The away team that was left out there can have come back. They are probably resting up in the medical tent because of the fact that we left them out there when there wasn't any air out there. They didn't know they were turning off the moon. But then, so Peanut comes up to all of you, climbs up onto the counter, and slaps the map down. And like, he grabs whatever Gemini's eating and starts grabbing that. And starts eating that. Oh, I clicked the wrong spot. I just wanted to get the thing in the
Oh
center.
yeah, you're welcome.
Tina looks over everybody. I'm glad you all came. Like, firstly, is everybody recovered from yesterday's events? Did anybody else have any hard times? Peanut did not have a hard time. He just walked up and down the hallway banging on doors because everybody's doors were locked from the completely locked shut.
Pulls out another Stinkflower sub.
Excellent. I know Rennick said he was trying to keep Stinkflower off the moon. 2 people have used Stinkflower on the moon, so he did not. He was not successful with that.
Oh yeah, no, he took the stuff that was out. Gemini always has more.
And he points to this part of the map right here. I am trying to click the Twitch chat again. It's just like right here. This is the spot that we have been told the next Sentinel is, but also we have gotten readings of 2 Sentinels in that spot. So, Peanut's just like, all right, team, we've been out there a couple of times. It's like the dark side of the moon appears to be rather dangerous and is only getting more and more dangerous by the day. So we need to get all of these sentinels turned on as quickly as possible. It's like, we'll put together this group, despite some personal grievances, like Bakak's at both Caram and then at Iskra. And it's just like, hoping we can all set everything to the side, get this job done. Like, we have reason to believe that something is contaminating some of the creatures on the other side. We have the mass of them under control, but localized, we're still getting readings of hostiles. So, like, do not hesitate to defend yourselves. And then he looks at Gemini. Gemini?
It's like, yeah, Gemini's already like raising his hands, like, yeah. We don't kill indiscriminately, right?
I mean, he does. We don't. Sometimes. It really is up in the air. If you feel threatened, live your life.
Okay.
Now, Gemini, what I'm going to need from you is these people haven't been to space before. Look at them. They're fresh. Wet behind the ears, even.
I could tell.
It's like... So, it's a long trip to get to where we're trying to... it would be a long trip unless you go directly south. Where, because... So, here, hold on. We are technically here. Like, this is the ship, by the way, that we took to the moon, in case you didn't see it. Held inside those tentacles is an Uzi, a giant Uzi in one hand, and an axe in the other.
Okay. Important to defend yourself. Where's the part that entered the moon?
Oh, well, the whole thing kind of landed on the moon. But anyway, see all of these holes?
Yeah.
Are you talking about, like, yesterday's game?
Yeah.
Hold on, I'll show you the part that entered the moon.
I should have clarified. Penetrated the moon.
That's the part that entered the moon.
Oh. I see.
Royce entered the moon.
Why is Royce a ghost?
Oh, he's been through some... He's not a ghost, he's a spirit. He no longer has a permanent physical form after his body got completely destroyed and he put himself back together.
Okay, so it wasn't the ship. It was one of us in particular.
Oh, yeah, well, it was 5 of them. But one of them doing the action. The rest of them were just kind of hyping him up.
Was he at least wearing a poncho?
I don't think so. I don't think he was wearing anything.
Oh,
No, he had the kilt, remember?
Absolutely. He did, in fact, have a kilt on. We are trying to get here. And that it's just, we can take a straight shot from over here and then come down. Like, we can get here in no time. My question to you all is, are we driving anything? It's like, or is it just a walk? Like, are any of you, like, capable drivers? In the garage, we have 4 forklifts, if you're forklift certified. We have some of...
I mean, we determined
what?
that Iskra is an excellent driver.
We did do that. We have a moon buggy that all 4 of you can fit on.
Gemini is good at driving a bus, at least a battle bus of some sort.
Caram can drive.
I do want to take this
both the sub
opportunity.
and
I'm sorry, what did you say right there, Iskra? Sorry.
I do want to take this opportunity to remind Caram that I got to drive. Was it called the Dreamsicle?
The Dreamsicle.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Just gonna whisper it in his ear.
Yeah, Gemini can Mad Max drive, like, for like a Mad Max style road chase. I don't know about regular driving.
Do we want to take? I mean, let's just take the moon buggy then. It'll get us there quick, and if you break it, Cat will be mad at you.
So no real consequences. Got it.
Somebody's mad at me. Oh no!
I can't imagine that.
I also love the art that Cat made for the moon buggy. So, and I just gonna use this forever. All right. Oh, you guys can't see it, but it'll be there in a second. So, Iskra, are you the one driving? Do we think Iskra's driving the moon buggy?
That's up to y'all. I drove last time if somebody else wants to drive, but I was pretty good at it.
Is it battle capable?
It does not have any weapons on it, but it does have really good tires.
Okay. Gemini would offer if nobody else wants to try their hand at it.
Go for it.
All right.
go for it.
Give me
I'm going in shotgun.
give me a 12-sider, Gemini. Look, that's perfectly fine. Perfectly fine success. All right. So as you all are just like dumping up, where is that? Ibring, you being here, you've been here. You've scouted out the area. Like you've hear the communication come in that they are heading your way.
We've been formally aware that they're all here.
Yes. They've been on the moon for weeks, and like you have probably been on and off with the location of your ship. Like right now,
okay.
like you are at the base of. So heal me. Let me move us here real quick. I'm gonna say Ibring is like here right now, like at the base of this hill. Oh, not even hill, giant, fucking sharp ass mountain.
With some sort of tower thing on top.
Some sort of tower thing on top. And I don't know how Gemini drives, but Gemini, how do you drive? The ground on the light side of the moon covered in inches and inches of powder. Powder we know that it's data. like just dusty data and like pollen, matcha texture. But the second you hit the dark side of the moon, it's just like driving on brand new blacktop.
I mean, Gemini floors it.
Absolutely. I mean, you succeeded, so for sure.
Yeah, like ideally, like going from one corner to another is like a sick ass jump. Just floored it, just like going off a ramp.
Absolutely. Just driving up one of the crystals and just like launching off the top of it.
Yeah, just yelling, yeah!
All right, Ibring, you see that in the distance.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know whether or not to be like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like impressed with their continual lack of subtlety, or whether or not to be like, yeah, no, it's too much.
At what point is it just too much?
Is there any place to hide around here, or not really pretty open?
I
Oh
mean-
yeah, you could hide behind any of the crystals for sure.
Once Gemini is seen, I think the idea of there being subtlety involved should go out the window.
Well, I mean, other than Guardians, I don't know whether or not y'all are like expecting to encounter anyone else up here.
Oh.
So
Oh,
I could
absolutely
understand
not.
the lack of subtlety. Well, let me flip a coin here. I need to flip a coin.
So are you gonna like hang out behind something when they reach the bottom of it?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to like hang out until they get like fairly close to where like I'm going to then kind of like come into view when they're much closer, so they can't see me from a distance like all of a sudden. So I'm not trying to jump out in their path, but I would like it to be more of a like, who's that? I don't want it to be who's that in the distance. I want it to be like, oh shit, there was somebody behind this thing. But give them adequate time to stop. And then the way in which I'm going to like come out from behind is basically like to just like nonchalantly reveal that I was like behind this thing and basically give that little like the like hitchhiker's thumb, show a little leg like, hey.
I do enjoy that. On the way there, Caram, Midnight, Iskra, were you guys like? We know that Gemini is hauling ass, so any amount of studying does have to be limited. But were you guys just like going to be trying to scope out the area, or was it just hold on for dear life?
Midnight's head is hanging out the window as he looks around.
Oh, there's no windows.
Oh.
Yeah, this is a go-kart.
Okay, and just looking around, I guess.
Yeah, I'm just keeping an eye out.
Did you say that we noticed Ibring?
You will when Ibring wants you to. So you will see her come around the corner very... rakish is the wrong word?
Adequate time to stop, but probably not much more than that.
Ideally,
If you so choose to stop, I should say.
Ideally, what happens is like the second you like step out, you're like, wait a minute, where did they go? And then like we go flying over top of you,
Great.
and then like land and like, well, howdy there. Like land, like drive a little bit, like slide, like spin out, like to turn around.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You guys let him
yeah.
drive.
Do like, I don't know how you're doing it in a go-kart, but like an Akira slide.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, hello there, friend.
Go ahead.
Well, isn't this a motley assortment of ragtag sea dogs?
You're one to
Sea devil
talk.
dogs.
Hey, wasn't she at the constant date night? Who is that?
Long time
You
no
don't know
see.
who that is?
I've not seen them before. Well, should I know?
No clue. Hello, fellow space adventurer.
Nope, nope. Not friend, not fellow space adventurer. It's a problem.
I'm in space. I'm on an adventure. What doesn't fit the bill there?
Gemini puts like his chin in his like fist, like stares like history.
Conniving and deceitful. Mind what you say.
And you be a little bit more specific. That does not really narrow it down.
They blew a goddamn city out of the sky. Full of
Suddenly-
people.
I mean, we did that.
Wait, is that Ibring?
There were extenuating circumstances.
But he who has not helped blow a city out of the sky cast the first stone.
Exactly my point. See, I thought we had put this all behind us, buried the hatchet.
How about making sure I took the wrong information from the map the last time we met?
I don't recall. I can't really be held responsible for little mistakes that are made by others.
Unless you set it up to be intentional.
I can see we're not getting anywhere very quickly. As you can see, I've just been out here sauntering, exploring. I'm just the spirit of adventure, discovery. All these things draw me to this wonderful place, the same as you all.
You've said the right words. Pop in.
Don't mind if I do. Scooch over.
Wait.
Somehow Iskra ends up sitting between Caram and Ibring.
I thought Ibring was pushing Gemini back so Ibring could drive. Like that's what I heard.
Honestly,
That
either.
works.
I think I could do that.
It's like,
I
oh
got-
yeah, your turn.
I called shotgun, so I'm up front too.
They're just kind of like, instead of like getting out, just like crawls over the seat.
So awkward.
It's so awkward. Like Gemini's butts in everybody's face for way too long.
Oh god.
It's like, oh wait, hold on.
No,
Turns
just,
it
just
over
let me scooch
and, like,
real quick.
flaps,
Real quick.
like a
Oh,
quick
sorry.
flap
One more
up.
second.
Yep.
Just one. Excuse me.
Excuse me. It's like, oh, sorry. It's like, where did you get mud on the moon? And she's like, I brought it from home. Like, I don't feel right unless my feet are really super muddy. Now we're just driving up this hill. I'm not even gonna make Ibring make a roll for driving. I'm just assuming that she's really good at it.
Honestly, there are better drivers, but yeah, no, she's totally acceptable.
Gemini sees like the drop. It's like, oh, we could make a great air off of this.
You really could. The moon buggy starts like. I'm pretty positive the moon buggy is fueled by the same thing that most of you guys' stuff is fueled by at this point, which is just a sense of adventure.
Mhm.
So yeah, you know for a fact that you could hit this ramp and get basically wherever you want to go on the moon from that jump.
Gemini points like, we're taking that way down.
If we break the buggy, you're taking the blame.
It'll be fine.
I really
lovely,
love
but-
it. At this point, nobody has asked how I have gotten here.
Right?
Gemini just assumes like, I mean, yeah, you're another space adventurer.
I'm just walking around with no vehicle. How did Ibring get here? No, she must have walked. Did she take the bus? What happened?
The fun thing is, does
What?
anybody like call back to the ship and tell everybody that Ibring's here, or are we just leaving everybody back there in the dark?
Oh, one of us will write about it in the write up about this adventure.
Mhm,
It's
mhm.
fine.
Exactly. Just yeah, we ran into Ibring out there. You what?
Yeah, seeing how Iskra's the only one that's actually met Ibring, I feel like I would be too mad to actually consider radioing back after having warned my companions not to bring them along.
I didn't even have to do any like trickery or convincing. I mean, I don't trick
What?
anybody.
She's just
No,
like,
I'm just like staring
you
daggers.
said
yeah.
you were on an adventure. That's like BFF words.
Delightfully trusting people. My
I admit
favorite.
that is going to ask one question. So what are you doing out here by yourself?
Oh, I got and she kind of like nonchalantly looks behind her shoulder, and if you were very, very perceptive, you would see my ship orbiting like just barely off the horizon. But I'm just like, I got dropped off.
Okay. He is kind of eyeing her a little suspiciously, but he's
Did your
not going to
crew
say anything
decide-
yet.
Did your crew finally decide to mutinize?
Honey, they're not that stupid.
Well, I
Oh,
thought I was the only one
you saw
Iskra
it.
hated.
Probably just hitchhiked to the moon. You know, as you do.
as you do.
Yeah, I had some business in the area. Let's say there's some points of interest. Actually, we're here now.
Ooh, cool.
You guys just pull up to this large tower, and immediately, Caram, like, this is, that picture isn't actually that great, because it was all I could get for, like, the cool angle that I wanted. But there is so much of this. Caram, can you roll me 2d12 and take the higher?
Can do.
Oof.
We'll pretend you're locked.
Wolpertinger luck, that's right. All of you ones are effing chats. Alright, hold on.
That didn't take long.
We're not as strong. Okay, come on.
So as you like approach it, the Crom, this feels very like familiar to you. The construction of this tower, something about it's just like, yeah. Where do you wrongly remember? No, I don't want to say wrongly remember this one. This is a tower that is based in like Mixel architecture. Like, but it's old. It's very old. Mixel now uses mostly just straight brass and to like build their stuff. This is stone, and you can see the accents to it that are very similar. But you do miss out on something else, sadly. As that's as far as the line of thought can get you. You do see multiple doors leading in. Obviously a servant's quarters, a main door, and I don't know what's up with this one. But they all do have doors, and you do not see a handle.
So, what did you need here, Ibring?
I'm sorry, what?
What did you need here?
It's just a fascinating piece of ancient, it seems Mixel in origin. Just what wonderful architecture.
It's all made of stone, right?
Yes, it's all made of stone. Wrapped around the pillar here is a incredibly thorny red vine that appears to have eyes that are like opening up and watching all of you as you even stand back.
Because I do have the ability Memories of Stone.
That'd be the second time in a couple days we've used Memories of Stone. But yeah, for sure. You want to walk up and touch the stone?
What's the most significant looking thing here? Like made of stone.
You tell me. Is it the stairs? Is it the pillars? Is it the
something
doorway?
that we would need to explore further in to find, probably.
I like the idea that it's this one over here. Just, or maybe the spanner up here.
The banner is
Yeah.
definitely not stone. The
Oh.
banner is probably like a tattered banner that has not been moving. There's been no wind on the moon for 1,000 years, so like it's not like ragged that way. Also, there's no dust on this side of the moon.
Actually, I'll hold off on it for now.
You know, I want to try something. The moon considers us friends, right?
To a degree, yes.
I mean, let's go try to play the friend flute and see if anything opens any of the doors. I think Ibring probably just hears nothing because only friends can hear that flute.
Roll me a 12-sider.
I think your flute is broken. I'm like looking at Midnight. I'm just like, what is that? Is this a dog whistle or something? You can hear it? What's the deal with that?
Swap the 11 now.
I am gonna tell you. Yeah, go ahead. Like nothing here answers that. You do see more vines begin to creep out from underneath the door and attach themselves to the door. There are no friends for you here.
You know, honestly, this reminds me of something. That's right. I had a proposition for you all.
Of course you did.
Go on.
So, as it happens, in addition to this being a fascinating study of potentially ancient Mixel architecture, there's a little something I'm interested in here. And I have a bit of intel on how we might go and retrieve it.
Yeah, I'm not hearing much of a proposition or deal or pros cons or who benefits and who loses.
There's a wealth of technology, discovery, and history in this old ruin. And I may happen to, and she pulls out of like one of her side pouches, have a key to the front door.
Also, quick question. These vines don't appear threatening at all, do they?
Oh, they appear crazy threatening.
Okay. Well, regardless, Gemini's gonna like poke at one, see if it responds, pull out a little knife and like cut a little piece off, start nibbling on it.
Dear, I'm not sure I would do that.
No, just let him go. He does this.
All right.
Is the key still in Ibring's hand?
Yeah, no, I'm still. I have it firmly.
I like that 6.
Yeah, that 6 was an attack on you. It's a tough choice, Gemini. One of the vines lashes out, and you see crystalline like thorns on it. And it is going to try to slap you in the arm with this. Now, your tough choice is you can take that hit, and you find basically what I would consider the fruit of this creature, like right in the center of it. It's almost like a pale blue fruit that looks a lot like an eyeball. But if you take the hit, you can grab that,
Oh, yeah.
no problem.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, okay, absolutely. So, you get stabbed in the arm for 2 damage, and that thorn breaks off into your arm. Like, Gemini, this thorn in you is a nightmare thorn. And that's just colloquially what we call it. But while this is in you, or until you get really, like, you get a good health checkup, and your partners could help you with magic or whatever, but you will be bleeding every single turn. You will lose 1 HP every single turn.
Can I just like yank it out real good?
Oh yeah, for
Surely
sure.
that won't do anything.
Yeah, I'll take extra damage if you have to get it out.
Yeah, Ibring, give me a D12. Just like rip this thing out.
Yeah, I'm just gonna rip this thing out and just be like, here, let me get that for you, dear.
Like,
While she does that, can I shoot lightning at the hand that's holding the key to see if she drops it?
I love to support you guys doing whatever you want to each other, but you probably shouldn't be picking fights with each other right here. Only because you need Ibring to get into here. And you guys,
There's so much time left for betrayals.
like,
I'm joking.
yeah, I mean, for sure.
Even if they drop the key, we still need them to get in there.
I cannot guarantee
I'm
that,
going to
but
play middle of the road.
oh, okay, yeah, make it a tough choice. All right,
Yeah.
all right.
It was just in there real good.
It's just in there real good. Do you want to, Gemini, take a total of... You'll take 6 more damage as Ibring roots around in there to yank this out of you.
Ouch.
A total of 8 damage from that thorn. Or would you like to just lose the use of your arm for the rest of this game?
Use of the arm.
Okay. Which arm did you use, by the way? Just it doesn't matter to me. Left or
arm.
right. I just like for the aesthetics.
Left arm.
Yeah, absolutely. And Ibring, Iskra, if you want to try to make an attack, I do still I support you guys doing whatever you want to do.
Everyone's just like, man, I can't feel my arm, but hey, look at this fruit.
The fruit.
I mean,
He puts that
Okay.
in a jar for study for later.
no, I mean the rest of the crew seems to trust them right now, so I guess I'll let them take the lead.
Hey, Caram.
Hmm?
You take
Yep.
right, I take left.
Oh, let me finish up Gemini's like getting this fruit thing though. So as you rip that fruit out, the vine begins to wither and die. The fruit in your hand and feels like you're holding on to an eyeball. It's got little red veins running through it. It has not stopped shifting since you pulled it off. It has a sweet smell to it though. Like it smells really good. I think it feels in your hand like when you peel a grape. Which is always one of the worst things. Yeah, that's all.
Is
And
there
then, hey,
enough?
fruit means it has a seed in it, at least one seed, so we can try cultivating this stuff. Is the vine itself, now that the vine's like dead and withered, Gemini like nibbles on that, is that edible?
It tastes... How does it taste? It's dead now. Like it's... I think it tastes boring. I think
Okay.
it tastes kind of like celery.
Gemini uses burn on a portion of it, like the 0 AP version of burn, just to like see if like
Oh, it bursts into flames immediately. It is so on fire. We learned that these things were crazy flammable the other day.
Okay, he throws that piece to the ground. He's like, okay, that doesn't work. But it does kind of taste like celery. That has its use. So he takes some of that as well in another container.
I recently heard somebody compare celery to, like, saying that celery is on the same family of as horseradish, but like on the other side of the scale. So, if that's true, this is. If you eat the fruit, it is delicious, but and this is the very subtle version of that.
Okay.
Maybe you could make like a rhubarb pie, because I don't think rhubarb tastes like anything either.
Other than sour.
It doesn't even taste sour to me. It just tastes nothing. It just tastes like celery. Anyway, sorry. Back to the game. You do still have this one. This one is like clinging tightly to the banister, and you see it throwing itself across. Like it's growing out to like cover the whole door.
Gemini tries digging up some of the root because like celery root is also good. So like you might as well try the whole thing.
It's growing out of the stone.
Ah.
Gemini's just like one-armed, super bandaged up, can't use it. That's what's stopping the bleeding, by the way. Like, well, I took Ibring's help as actual help, but it hurt him. Like, it's bad. Like,
No, I actually tried to help. I just
oh yeah, for sure.
I just fucked it up.
Like, yeah, because if it would have been a 12, you would have healed him perfectly. All right, Midnight. Yeah, I think that you had an idea to like get through.
Yeah, here's Terry the Caram. You go right, I go left.
Just Caram taking out a dagger. All right.
No, use the no legs. I have an idea.
It's just like that's fine. Just don't let it, stab you. That sucks.
I trust Midnight.
But hey,
So with it,
if you manage to get that fruit out, that'll kill the whole thing. And then we got more fruit.
so Midnight's going to try to charge at the thing, pulling out the silver sword. And he's going to try to meet up in the middle with Caram and clash the silver sword against his leg to kind of spark some silver flames on the creature.
Yeah, sure. You two give me a D12. We will take the higher. Yeah, we got a 9 and a 10. So, yeah, absolutely. You two can how's it look when you just burn this thing away?
I think as Midnight's swinging the sword, Caram just runs up and kicks the bottom of it to speed up the slice and get the silver fire on it.
Yeah, and as he does that, Midnight will launch himself up with the Bane tendrils to get a good upward swing into it.
Yeah, absolutely. You two manage to just carve this thing clean off of the door, and it just burns away into nothing.
Fruit's gone too.
Yeah, Roots, like the second fire touches these things, it's over for them.
Caram just looks. Sorry, Gemini. I think the fruit burned up.
It's okay. We got the one for study, at least. And maybe cultivation.
Absolutely, we want to grow the weird nightmare thorns.
Caram
If it's in a controlled environment, then it's easier to take care of.
Caram just does a
go
small
ahead,
bow with like his arm out. After you, Ibring.
Yeah, the door is cleared off. Oh, let me get rid of this little guy. Oh, we just going up to the door and like opening it, Ibring?
Yeah, I'm gonna basically, I'll compliment them and be like, excellent show, boys. As I was saying, there's a good bit of history, there's a good bit of lore, a great amount of discovering and adventure in there, and several treasures. But there are also a new, what should we call it, an invasive species that's found itself holed up in here. And I just thought we might do another joint venture. I can open the door and we can share in the spoil.
Gemini's
But
just
just-
nodding.
At this point, I'm gonna need some terms and conditions and an actual contract of some sort.
There's 4 of you and 1 of me. And if at any point, if anything, I'm relying on your generosity.
Yes, but you've also proven that you're a worthy adversary. Don't take that compliment.
Oh no, she's already like
Seriously.
smirking, like so wryly.
You've also proven how conniving and manipulative you can be. I need to know your terms, conditions, and true, authentic purpose for being here.
Alright.
I'm also going to need some sort of contract that we don't get absolutely fucked because of
We
you.
don't have a bureaumancer.
I don't
we
see a
can't do
bureaumancer. I don't even know if I know.
Do
what
we
a
need to
bureaumancer
do
is.
trust exercises?
that.
Gemini just turns around and just starts falling at people.
Yeah. Like, see? Everybody's trustworthy here. It's fine.
Like Ibring doesn't actually catch him. He just happens to like basically land on her, and she just doesn't yield. So he ends up being caught, quote unquote.
Yeah, he's like, see?
Eh.
I know if all else fails, we just gotta like. Does anybody have a handcuff? You just, I'm pretty sure I've seen in a movie. You just, get chained together or something. Grow to be friends.
How did
Honest-
Peanut let us go on this mission without a bureaumancer?
Why would Peanut?
Look,
I'm sorry, you said you said handcuff and out of character. I'm just thinking of like, this is our get along shirt, and it's a giant oversized sweater that's like got Ibring and someone else in it.
Gemini pulls out a scarf and wraps the 2 of you together in it.
No.
Iskra just sets it ablaze.
Aw.
That was my favorite scarf. I love
Look,
that.
there is
if you-
one item I will level with you. There is one particular treasure in there that is particularly interesting to me.
Cool. Let's go.
You may have everything else we encounter.
Gemini's already walking forward.
Yep, Caram's walking forward. All right.
I shan't touch another item in here besides that one tiny little trifling trinket that I want.
Yet you say
It's not-
trifling. Don't believe you. If y'all want to believe her and trust her this, like, openly and freely, that's
Like
on y'all.
I
I
when we
have
get there, you
you.
can rearrange your terms via force if that's how you want to play it.
Look-
But now
look,
we don't go to anywhere if I don't open this door.
Like I said, 4-on-1, it's fine.
And if I'm being
We have
honest,
one.
I understand you respect my prowess, but surely I can't be that capable.
what were you gonna say, Midnight?
Respect is a strong word.
We have more important things to worry about right now, anyways.
Yeah, I'm not exactly worried about whatever treasure Ibring's after. We got a mission. Let's focus on that.
Gemini's like using his good arm to like lift his bad arm up against the thing to like push, so he can push with both arms. Just using his whole body pushing into his bad arm, going ow, ow, ow.
Alright, so that established, I will walk up to the giant stone door. I'm holding the key aloft. It's kind of like a crystalline object. It looks like it was almost like carved out of the same stone that the building is made of. And I don't have to put it in anything, just as it's almost like proximity.
Yeah, absolutely. That, and it just swings open. And inside, you immediately notice. I'll just move us all right here. Like, you don't have to have come in right away, but this place used to be fully furnished place. It used to be in a as you're walking in, I think you all kind of wish that Krieg was here, because he'd be the one that would understand what all of this stuff is. There are multiple desks full of paper. You see what appears to be an ancient map of the Echo on the wall. It's mostly faded, but you can make out certain parts. Celestial Sea being where we start that map.
Very
And these-
important question.
Yeah, go.
Are there any desks or areas that looked like they were used for food preparation?
There is everybody roll me a 12-sider. Even a 1 isn't the end of the world. This is just whether or not you find something that might interest you. Man.
I'm going to raise mine by 1.
Oh, we're all rolling.
Yeah, if you want, like, absolutely. If you are looking for something interesting in this room. If Ibring is like not interested in anything in this room, then you're fine is to not.
I won't look because I've already promised everything.
So, first off, Gemini, you do find an agreement for trade of specific foods back and forth between the moon and Echo and other. There's another selection there. A word that you do not understand, but there seems to be at least another third party that the moon traded with. That it was not the Echo. They traded fruits, and there is a long list of multiple kinds of fruit. Like specifically, somebody used to trade a D's nuts. There is a selection of grapes that they have found great success in Virtuoso growing. This was 1,000 years ago, though, so who knows how they've expanded since then. But what other, you find a seed packet, that's just, faded beyond, legibility. But inside do seem to be 4, they feel like pebbles, preserved seeds.
Adding that to my list of stuff I have. 4 moon seeds. Moon seeds from the moon.
Mm-hmm. That'll be fun to grow later. Midnight, you find multiple books about not books. You find a book, but all of the pages are torn out. And then you all start to notice no book in this room is bound anymore. All of the pages have been ripped out of all of the books. The pages are still around. They haven't been burnt. They haven't been destroyed. They're just all over this room. And that seems to be a new thing. But Midnight, red tendrils are beginning to swirl all around you as you are looking at these books. You can start to see leftover red fingerprints, but they do not look like human fingerprints. They basically look like scars in the in reality. Just torn asunder. But you see trade with a place called Tyr, like pretty regularly. You see mention of a large spell that was meant to benefit the entirety of Echo. But you really can't make out a ton. It's just like scribbles. None of this language is in a language that any of you can read. Like, all of it is the binary that we've been seeing on the moon. Incredibly long-winded. Just for a single word, it can be up to 6 pages.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead. Do you have any questions? Like,
There is one very dangerous thing I want to try real quick. Those little scars that you mentioned. What happens if Midnight just gives it the lightest tap with the rift chisel?
nothing. They are not real.
Okay.
You are seeing
Okay.
You're seeing the detective vision situation right now.
Okay. Okay.
Iskra, what kind of stuff would you be looking for?
I think it would be similar. It would be like spells and culture.
Oh, cultures. Absolutely. You find a list of people, and this one is written in. Part of it is written in a language that you can understand, or at least make do. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Let me figure out where we wrote all this stuff down. Right, there is a list of people, and it feels like a to invite list. You see, top of the list, it says yoke. It says obsession. It says soul city. It says mixel.
Sorry,
It's-
Mixel?
Yep, mixel. MYXOL. It says and it says dactyl. DACYLTOI. Dactyloid. Like, though all of those were being invited to something 1,000 years ago. And you get the impression that if not friends of the moon, this is known to the moon. Like, these are people that are known by the, like, we know them. We trade with them. We fuck with them. Now, just fun question, because it has to be asked. Caram?
Mm-hmm.
Did you open like a box or something, maybe?
I think Caram was trying to look at this map.
Oh, absolutely. As like you're looking at the map, you do see the fact that it is the Celestial Sea. Things are different about it, though. The both Haven and fuck, what's the other one called? I've forgotten it. I'm horrible DM. Oh, sorry. Haven and Loker are both seen above the water. Haven and Loker are just up there. They are above on the grid. But as you're looking at that, you do not see the terrible little piece of shit that comes flying out of a box next to you. It's uploading. I don't know why this is taking so long.
Is it the spirit of capitalism?
No. It's a little onion guy with bright red eyes holding a giant battle axe in one hand, just like flea jumping himself through the air and swinging it at you, Caram. It's like... flies out and just slams this axe into your like your collarbone area. And then he is just like, you're gonna take 2 damage from that. They're quite small. The axe is big for them, but it's small for you. And then, like, after you take the 2, this one reels back and goes to, like, try to plant it in your head again. I'm gonna roll. This is his attack. Okay. He has a tough choice to make. Caram.
Attack.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
I'll just knock it to the side as he pulls back and just swat off to the side with my hand.
It hits the wall and does the, like, slow slide down.
Well, that's handled. I was just gonna overpower it.
Hey, little guys.
You all hear just loud hisses. And these hisses sound like when you're cooking like a potato and you like poked a hole in it. It's those kind of whistles. It also starts to reek of onion in here, and if you have sensitivity towards onions, your eyes are going to begin to water.
Midnight is covering his nose and definitely not happy right now.
There's only one thing to do in situations like this. We need some help. So, what should I roll?
Oh, of course.
God damn it.
Alright, so Midnight has an ability that's called Help. It will do...
Gemini.
Gemini, sorry, Midnight. I was just looking at your token right there. Gemini has an ability called Help, and it will cast a random spell on the moon. I think it's going to be a completely different effect because we're going to be rolling a different 12-sider. Give me a second.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's a good reaction.
Good old wild magic.
And very
This
importantly,
is
always
like
a tough
those
choice.
like magic beans that are in like I think Pathfinder. They're fucking terrifying. I hate them.
Yep. Random effect, always a tough choice. It's the best spell. It made a meat tree. Like I don't know what to tell you. It's the best spell.
Alright, Midnight. Give me a 12-sider. Not
Gemini.
Midnight again, Gemini. Sorry, Midnight. Don't know why I keep doing that to you. So we got a 9. It's going to be a tough choice. Oh, you feel it come over you, Gemini. You have perfect telekinesis in this moment. You may push or pull anything you want in this room. Like, it's almost like you can just like look around and like click and drag things around.
Just disarm all of them.
Alright, yeah, absolutely. Like, so you all see a bunch of like axes and like really just shoddy weaponry. The weapons are ancient, and this is the first time you guys have been seeing metal on the moon, other than what you brought here.
Important. What's the tough part of the choice?
The tough part of it is, okay, like, they are not gonna want to be your friends. Like, they do not want to be your friends. Your tough choice is, once you take away their weapons, do they run further into the castle, or do they attack you?
Attack. They just don't have the weapons.
Okay, alright, here we go.
Can I intercede on that?
Oh yeah, they're all like posed to attack, but what would you do?
I was gonna draw both my swords, raise them over my head in a cross pattern, and then like draw them both down after clanging them together, and just command all of them to. I'd probably just shout out "Yield!" and then say, "Get the fuck out of my sight!"
Absolutely, give me
and see if it
2d12.
works. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Well, who knows? Like, I don't know. Are onions scared of things? Well, they looked like they were scared of things a second ago. They're like looking at you. Like, all right, it looks like it's 6 on 5. We can take them. Like, we might be small, but we can still take them. It's like, this isn't that scary. Yeah, it is that scary. You are actually terrified. When Ibring does that here, everybody, they fall to a knee, like each one of them fall to a knee, and then just scurry out the door. Just like very single file, very, very demure, very very mindful.
Thank God. How did I know you were going for that when you said demure?
Nobody has ever said demure without saying mindful right after, and I'm pretty sure.
Why mindful? Like, I don't. Is that?
It's another TikTok thing. The fact that you don't know who Chapel Roan is another thing that's just really.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna have words one of these days.
Who?
Apparently,
But-
some musician.
For the record, each one of you see Ibring almost in a different light. Caram, for a quick moment, the way that the light is coming through the windows of this place is casting almost a gown on Ibring. Like, you see Ibring as not just the pirate queen, but like the rightful owner of what we are standing on.
Cool.
But then it kind of like fades away as Ibring just like has her swords out, which are terrifying.
Yeah, I keep pulling them out. I never get to stab anybody with them yet. People just keep running away.
I have to admit, I'm impressed.
6 weapons clang on the. Well, if Gemini lets them go.
I'm
Yeah,
moving away from where they were standing when their weapons went up.
Yeah, like exactly there. Just like.
See, I think they all went flying to and barely avoided hitting Gemini.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's just like. And like Magneto pulling all the guns at yourself style.
Yeah.
Like just
Yeah.
really bad at it. Gemini pulls them all, then has to duck and dodge out of the way.
Oh shit! Like that.
Exactly that.
Yeah. One like knocks one of them just barely away from his face with his big staff.
So yeah, there are multiple axes. They are very, very old. They have like Capricorn symbols on them mostly. There is one of the axes has been treated the best. The one that attacked Caram had that one. It is a brass blade with like. It looks like a goat's fin. Not a goat's fin, like a like a Capricorn's fin splashing up. This axe is called Rising Tide. That weapon is the only one that is special of the 6 of them, but it does show you that there are weapons here somewhere.
Yeah, if no one else will grab it, I'll grab it just to bring back to the crew.
Were any of them like a meat cleaver, or like any like cooking utensils?
There could definitely be a couple of kitchen knives that have been reworked,
Yeah.
but this old, like, maybe for sure. Why not?
Some of them might have historical value if they're super old.
I assume all of this whole place
Yeah.
has historical value.
So yeah, Gemini's absolutely going to take like, this, it's at least 1,000 years old. Cooking utensils from back then. Okay, from the moon. Definitely important research.
Yeah, I'm just gonna bandage up my collarbone as we're walking now.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what, like.
hear this from Cash later.
Your luck is just terrible today.
My luck's always terrible.
Because what you make of it.
Oh yeah, no, it's
I mean, look at me. And points to arm. It's like, I bet you got a cool new fruit. Great luck today.
we're still alive.
Oh, that was nothing. These are just loathsome pests, a bunch of squatters. That was not the danger that lurks in here.
Oh, I figured.
No, I think at that point, Midnight's just going to use his diet pointer and look for something with more than 20 HP.
What's the worst could happen? Gemini just starts walking forward.
There are two things, Midnight, with more than 20 HP. And they are at the top of this tower. It's like... You all... Oh yeah, not just yet. Let's go to the next stop. And when you reach the stairs, you see it overgrown with those, nightmare thorns. These ones are big. We have seen these before. The crew and the four of you will at least know, and Ibring might know for her own reasons. I'm not sure. But these launch javelin-like spikes out of them at extreme speed. Like, they can do a lot of damage. They are crystalline, like, you can see through them, but just vaguely, like, sometimes you don't see the spike that's coming at you, is the idea.
Rom just slowly looks at Midnight.
Do it again.
Or... And I'm looking at Iskra. Do you want to help me out take these out at range? Do a team up move as I load a lightning bolt into my gun. Like, kind of hinting like we could both shoot like a team lightning bolt. We could be friends for a second. Wouldn't that be fun?
Iskra would 100% roll her eyes and point one arm up with her bracer at one of the plants to fire a bolt of electricity.
Gemini's
Like
like,
the most reluctant team attack, basically.
Karam's grabbing Gemini before he can try to get near the plant.
Gemini has an idea for taking care of the second one.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it would be cool if Ibring and I could handle it.
Oh yeah.
Let us do it.
You're handling both of them? Okay.
Yeah, one's doing one, one's doing the other.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Or devastating overkill.
Yeah, or devastating overkill. I support
I mean, I
both.
don't know. I assume they're not that strong.
No, they're mostly just, like, they are glass cannon situation. Like, literally glass cannon.
So like a solid attack on them, just pretty much.
Yeah, I almost named them glass cannons.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
no, let's give it a try.
Yeah, let's lightning helix this one. All right, I think that you both are good with
Don't
lightning.
cross the streams, because that would
Right.
be too friendly.
Too friendly. That's don't cross the streams. That's how they turn the moon on. All right.
Something destroyed the last boss in Ghostbusters.
Patagon was walking around with a Ghostbusters backpack thing on the other game. I loved it. I was very happy. It was to sense vibes. In case anybody's keeping track of the vibes in here, terrifying. So, Iskra. All right. So, do you two? All right. Here's my fun question: do you both want to roll 1d12 and 2d12 and take the higher? But a 1 is still bad, and we follow. A 1 is still terrible. All that situation. Or do we both just want to roll 1 and we'll add you two's rolls together?
I think because it's such a reluctant move on Iskra's part, it should be 1. How do you feel, Ibring?
Yeah, I could go with that. I think that's story appropriate.
All right. Let's see those 12-siders. Okay, 6 already. It's halfway there. Oh, yeah. Jesus Christ.
I can't see it.
It's a
It's a
12. Like yours was a 6 and Ibring's was a 12. Like, you still get it done. Like, Iskra. Like, I don't want to, like, what's it look like for you to destroy it, knowing that Ibring literally did twice the work? Or, like, if not twice the work, got twice the results.
Oh, no, like, Iskra 100% half-assed it.
Ha! I got it. Absolutely.
So like the bolt of lightning out of her is like it's just like it gets the job done, it kills the thing, but you're clearly not showing off what a badass you are. Versus like for like literally like you can feel electricity charge in the room that like pulses into my gun and then shoots out with devastating fury, and everyone's like, Jesus Christ, was that necessary?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or Gemini's just like, whoa, that was cool.
So when you two fire your shots, there's still like a crack of thunder afterwards, right?
For sure.
Yeah, I feel like the hairs on the back of your neck stand up.
Yeah. Like Midnight's walking around like we just rubbed a balloon on him.
She's so floofy. Because it's like both. Even if Iskra half-assed it, it is essentially like 2 like giant thunder attacks that like it's fucking staticky in here.
Gemini's like, look at the two of you doing the same attack at the same time. It's like you're super in sync with each other. See?
I want the scene where they both turn at him and just like, shut it.
Yeah, that's absolutely what I was thinking.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
I was just gonna say, Caram looking at Midnight. You look like me when I was near K.
I look like a damn Samoid.
Samoyed. Is it Samoyed or is it Samoyed? Have I been saying it wrong?
It's.
I have no clue.
Samoid. It's Samoid.
Oh fuck.
What's Samoid?
The
The
dog
doggo.
breed, the big fluffy cloud of a dog.
Oh.
Samoyed Gamgee. Gamgee, whatever.
Samoid Gamgee?
Yeah.
I don't know that many dogs. Was it a Buzo? What's that one dog called that looks like really strange and I hate it because it feels like it's always staring into my soul?
Oh, the long, awkward.
Yeah,
what is
like,
it?
what if-
Where,
what if-
yeah.
What if a
Starts with
greyhound
B.
was weird? What if a greyhound was weirder?
The Saluki?
Shit.
No, I know the answer.
Is there any of the Nightmare Crystal left?
Borzoi.
Borzoi.
Borzoi, they scare me. I do not think so at all. I think they just ripped this whole place apart. They do manage, like, especially with. Do you want to be overpowering Ibring, or do you want to be showing off your control?
Oh, I'm showing off my control.
And for you, Ibring?
Oh no, it's absolutely just overkill. It leaves almost, I don't want to say like for instance, if it's in the, I don't know which one I did, the one like up on the top of the foyer or on the staircase, but like the area behind it is covered in this like almost miniature crater scorch mark. It was absolutely unnecessary. It was overkill.
Solid.
She's
not
not. She's when it comes to displays of power, it's just basically it's all or nothing.
For sure. All right. So we get to the top of these stairs, and you see that language that we've been seeing, that is almost impossible to read. But then in Old Mixel, which is close enough to the common tongue of Echo that you can read it. Like, left path says library, right path says armory. Both paths can lead up.
Karam just looks at both of them. Armory?
I have no interest in either path, whichever one suits me. It's up to you all.
You can always just
Okay.
split the party.
Could always split the party.
I mean, given the crew's history, we should probably avoid all libraries.
With how much money we have, probably yes.
Gemini wants to go to the library. He's like, oh yeah, no, I gotta go to that library. Could be some cookbooks in there, you know?
I can go with Gemini, just to make sure he doesn't get hurt.
I know.
All right. I mean, the
Fine.
most dangerous.
Yeah, I'm like, and I'm
is
looking.
at the top, anyways.
Yeah, I'm looking at Caram and Midnight. If I understand, if my recon of the layout in here is correct, it should meet up immediately after each destination on the other side.
Looks to me.
Am I correct in that? Was my
Absolutely.
interpretation right?
1000% correct. Yeah.
Okay,
Like,
yeah.
there's
This
just,
is like a U-shaped corridor that just meets up again and continues going up.
That is
I'll
how
go-
I.
I was gonna say, I'll go with Ibring and Gemini. Iskra, you want to go with Midnight?
Yes.
And I'm
And we
gonna
can
poke
just
at
take
Crom and I'm
the
like, you don't want any weapons over in the armory, or are these guns all you need? Just like poking at him.
I'm fine.
The joke is he punches people.
I sure hope Ibring just said that right to his face.
Oh no,
Oh,
she totally did.
turned to look at Gemini. The joke is he punches people.
Oh man,
So-
I do feel a little torn. I don't know if I should like go to continue to keep an eye on Ibring because everybody else is so trusting, or if I just go with Midnight to get a break from Caram and Ibring.
No, don't worry about it. Gemini is absolutely going to be critical of my actions and not just blindly follow anything I do.
Karam just seeing that look from Iskra. I'll keep an eye on her.
Yeah, Caram's.
So,
Yeah,
All right.
Karam's not dumb.
Well,
Are you implying Gemini is? Oh my god, he is a pure and trusting, wonderful heart.
Just the Ibring as Gemini's grandma situation. Like, don't look at him.
Why does everybody keep calling me old?
I do. That is funny. That is the funniest. Like,
Who
I'm
was the
going
person who
to-
first said, "Who's this old lady"?
it was Kevin the Lucky. He plays Clovis.
Right, Clovis. Yeah, no, fuck yeah, it was Clovis. Like, who's this old lady?
I remember that meme.
I fucking hated that.
Fucking killed me and Nika. We laughed
It
so
destroyed
hard.
me on a personal level as an old lady.
The oldest old lady is like, oh no. All right, so all right, the game. Got to focus on the game.
Right.
Right.
There's a game? Oh yeah.
Oh no, we're not just shooting the shit here in a
Sometimes it feels that way.
Discord chat.
I like it just fine when it does. Yesterday's game went out a million years because of that.
Rat row.
So
We need Joaquin back. He kept games on the rails.
Cole's voice was really trying, which was a hilarious thing. So as you walk into this room, and it's a large room, Ibring and Midnight. You see,
Iskra and Midnight.
God damn it! I'm doing bad with names today. So Iskra and Midnight. As you walk in, the first thing you notice is there's a huge hole in this wall. Just lets right out into the night sky. The second thing that you notice is a subtle. What if you could put a bunch of chains in the dryer and it do it quietly?
that's the noise we hear.
That's the noise you hear. I'm just gonna show them to you. This guy is just munching on metal, and he's huge. It just like keeps scraping up any metal that it can find and just like putting it into its mouth.
Can I turn a piece that's in front of him gold to
Oh,
see
for
what
sure.
he does?
Yeah, absolutely. So you're just gonna like shoot a little bit of lightning at it, or are you gonna walk up and touch it and just scurry back?
No, I'll shoot lightning at like within the pile that he's munching on.
Oh, for sure. So, as like, yeah, I'm not even gonna make you roll for it. You've got good enough aim. You can hit something, and it turns it gold, and it sees that thing, and like eyes quickly face it, and immediately starts stuffing that piece in its mouth as well. And then you start seeing like going through the rest of it, like throwing all of it to the side, looking for more.
Mm.
Now I'm gonna do a roll. Wow, this thing is like really perceptive. It's not like aggressive towards you just yet, but it does like you feel it like looking at you. Like it turns like immediately. This looks like somewhere between what if a shrimp and like what a crustacean of some kind, and it is staring at all of your metal. Like it, and you too, Midnight, it is like looking at your silver sword. It's looking at everything.
If I was to aim my lightning at its own legs to try to turn them gold, would it eat itself?
I would let it do it if you got like a 12 on it, like a natural 12 or a natural 7. But otherwise, I think it would just kind of slow it down.
Hey, that's a 1 in 6 chance.
You know what? No. I will let that work. 100% let it work. But you do have to make attacks for it because it is going to be trying to dodge.
Okay.
So you don't even need a
Yes,
12
right.
and a 7. That just does it.
Do I still need to roll?
Yeah, you still need to
Okay.
roll an attack on it.
Just one?
Just one 12-sider. Oof. It charges Iskra, and it is swiped out. It is going to be trying to get your one of your braces from your right hand. Like that's what it wants with this attack. I know that's not a tough choice, but it can either like cut your arm pretty badly trying to get it, and it will deal 4 damage, or it's gonna get that on one of your bracers.
Ugh. I'm gonna take the damage.
All right. It slices you open, and it's just like checking its claws for the bracer, and like it doesn't see it, and then looks down at both of you and just roars. But it's like a very just wet, phlegmy thing, not a roar.
Midnight's pulling out the Sharkbone Glaive and is going to cast his Shallow Smite on it and just try to leap at it and go for the eyes.
Yeah, go for it. Give me a 12-sider. Nice.
So, just as a reminder, magic channel through that glaive because of the sea snail powder has a poison effect. So, I'm not sure what that poison effect does, but
I used to have
just did it.
tokens with like, invisible backgrounds, and they all disappeared, and I'm sad about it. Nope. But yeah, absolutely. What are you trying to do with it? What is the goal? Just to
The
hurt it?
goal is just to hurt it and maybe inject some of that magic poison in it, see what happens.
So this thing, like, you get one of the eyes gone, and it's just like, the other one looks up at you. I think you did 6 damage with that. And then it is now. This is an attack on you. Okay, it missed. It just failed straight up.
I am dropping that in a second.
Sorry, what did you say?
I am dropping it to a 1. I think Midnight's gonna kind of pole vault out of it and do a kind of spin slash at it.
Yeah. So as like you're pole vaulting out of it, Iskra, you have a free attack here. Like it is, one of its eyes is just like gooing. It is not bleeding the way that you might expect something of this size to be bleeding, which is me again telling you these are inorganic creatures. Like organically inorganic. Like they do not have blood. They are basically computer parts.
Yeah, I'll cast shock at it.
Oh yeah, for sure. Give me that. Ooh, give me 2 12-siders and take the higher. Oh,
Wow. I'm so on my game tonight.
guess what Dell's really
Hold
like?
up.
Go ahead.
I just need to find it. I'm gonna raise that. Unless you don't want me to.
We can't raise the 1, but we can raise
That's
the 4.
right. Yeah, that's
But
right.
if you have a triumph, you can turn the 4 into a 20 and
no,
make it a
okay, yeah, no, I forgot the mechanics. I guess it's just gonna suck. I'm sorry.
So, Iskra, as you fire your lightning at it, it opens its mouth and just starts pulling that into itself as like this molten glob of like lightning and gold sitting in its mouth as Midnight's coming back down for that other attack, and it just looks up at Midnight and opens its mouth and launches that really cool lightning fireball that you did to Earl. And it's gonna. This is coming at you, Midnight. I'm sorry. You're the one that heard it. We got 3 and the 9. Midnight, it catches you square in the chest. And this is golden lightning like flying all over you. And it burns like hell. I'm sorry, how much does shock do damage-wise?
It does 8. A bolt of lightning strikes this guy, dealing 8 damage and creating a deafening blast. If the creature has metal connected to their body, it becomes molten, hitting them for an extra 2 points. So, 10?
I'm sorry, Midnight.
Does Torque of Epic reduce the damage at all?
Does what then?
The Torque of Epic, the 2 damage reduction item.
Oh yeah. We'll let that rock. So like, Midnight, you take 8 and it throws you across the room, like slamming on the thing. And this thing is a slow Terminator walking towards Iskra, like after consuming her electricity. Midnight slides to the ground. Like, you're not out, Midnight, you're just hurt. But while that's happening, hey, you 3, how's the library?
Nice and quiet.
It's like charming and quiet and beautiful.
Should we make a roll see if we find any good books?
Look, absolutely go ahead and make a roll to see if you find any good books. What kind of books are you looking for if you're looking for them?
Anything about food. Known food, ancient food.
Critical success for fucking food.
Oh no, that's just him. You could be looking for whatever. Like, I think like whatever you're rolling for is something interesting for you.
Right.
Ibring, you see underneath this portrait of just like a fine person. They have like elegant horns. They're wearing this amazing outfit. In one of their hands is like scales, but like trading scales, like like scales of justice, but you know, both sides have like an amount of gold on them,
Right,
or something, you know, for trade.
something a jeweler or somebody else would use, yeah.
And in the area below it, as you approach, the top of the display slides, and inside, can Gemini and Caram both give me a 12-sider? Mm-hmm. So absolutely, Gemini, you're 12 for food. Like, is you found a recipe book that, how do I phrase this? You find an ancient recipe book that in all of the food in there is named after a pun. Like after a pun about music. This is a sharp cheddar salad. This is like all of those kind of jokes. I did not write a recipe book for this. I'm sorry.
Ancient music pun-based recipe book found on the moon.
Yes. Caram, like when you look at that recipe book, the inside this are recipes that you have had similar versions on Mixel in your time training there. Like you've eaten very similar things. These are very good meals. Very particular spices, you know?
Yeah.
And like this is great, but also you notice that this book seems to be one of the only books in this library that isn't unbound. All the rest of them have been ripped out of their pages. Like, the books, the sheafs are thrown everywhere, as well as, like, it's everywhere, coating the ground, everywhere you go. Like, you cannot tell what book any of these pages come from, with the exception of that one, and Ibring, this book that you are now holding in your hands. Like, and this is like, I don't want to say that it brings a smile to your face, but it is like one of the things that you could really make today a lot better for you.
No, yeah. A smile, a glint in the eye. For sure.
Okay. But yeah, fun recipes in that book. Caram, you see that this is gonna be maybe a nightmare for Caram. But you know how sometimes people associate like, oh, dancing is the way that we fought, like capoeira and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
For the Mixels, a lot of their their cooking is also how they fight. So, Caram, if you study this book with Gemini, you will learn new techniques for fighting. Whereas Gemini, if you study this with Caram, you will learn new techniques for cooking.
Ooh.
But I need you two to work on these together at some point, and I need them to be like corns of each other. Like, this is how I use this in a fight. This is how we use it to cook.
I'm fucking down.
Yeah.
Awesome. Then you guys all hear, like, what sounds like cannon fire coming from the armory. And we're back, everybody. Midnight. You slide to the ground, but you know you're hurt. But you see this thing coming at Ibring. Its mouth gnashing, its claws just going.
Iskra.
Oh, Iskra, god damn it.
That's a new one though.
It's so new. But Feast of Cuffs is really good. Sorry, Feast of Cuffs is what this book was titled.
Got it in one.
I was just gonna have it called Food Fight, but
Feast of Cuffs is so much
Feast
better.
of Cuffs is so good. All right, Midnight. Iskra, it is swinging at you, but you are currently dodging. Don't worry, it's not hitting you, not yet. It's taking basically all your energy to like find a good spot for it. That's what your attack. That's what yours is gonna be. I want to let Midnight go right now, though.
Okay.
Yeah, Midnight's going to stand up and remembering reports on the Red Eyes being kind of nightmare related, he is going to charge in and bring the tendrils out and try to stick them into the thing for bloodlust recovery.
Okay, I just added a new descriptor. Has both martial arts and cooking techniques. They are the same techniques.
They are the same techniques. All right. It's just Caram's gonna go full Benihana on somebody. I'm gonna die.
Who?
I'm sorry, Caram might not know what a Benihana is.
I'm looking Benihana up.
Oh my god, there's multiples of you.
I'm not
You're all,
alone.
you're all a goddamn nightmare. There's a little onion volcano is gonna appear on your.
All right, but as this scene was going,
It's like, all right, Midnight, give me a 12-sider. Yeah, absolutely. All right.
I mean, there are none in New York State, so that could be why.
That is fair. I just listened to a podcast on Benihana.
Yeah, I would have to go to Pennsylvania or New Jersey to get the closest one.
You say that like that's far away. I lived where you live.
Yeah, well, like
Sorry. Back to the game. Back to
near
the game. Sorry.
Pittsburgh.
I'm getting a
Or
little
Philly.
distracted by the interruptions.
Yeah, that's my
Sorry.
bad. My bad. Right. So, all right, Midnight, you stab it in the eye. This thing does not have any blood.
Yep.
But as you like start ripping into it, it goes crazy. Now blinded. It was a full success, so it's great.
The bloodlust recovery is more absorbing energy rather than blood.
Roll me a 4-sider. 2. I will give you 2 back for it.
Okay.
Alright, Iskra, as it is thrashing around, like its claws are like swiping over your head, you nimbly how are you nimbly dodging these though? Like how does Iskra dodge? I don't know if I've ever seen Iskra like in close combat.
Ooh, I would probably throw some ice under my hooves, and it would look like ice skating.
Very nice, like awesome. No need to like don't spend AP or anything. That's just how you're dodging. You find a moment to attack. Like it's blinded. You are using the ice to slide around it. It's losing its footing. Can you give me 2d12 and take the higher? And I hope this one isn't as bad. There we go. Oh, 2 10s is perfectly fine. All right. What's your attack on it? Like, and just so you know, just so you can flavor it if you want to, this will finish it off.
Okay. Alright, great. One bracer I will use fire, the other bracer will use lightning. I will combine them in the air to throw one big electric fireball back at it.
It's like, all right, things we learned. As long as the Dells don't eat it, they are still weak to lightning. Like they will take damage from it, and it just like collapses on the ground and begins to. It doesn't like dust away or anything like that. Its body is still there, still very much there. I don't know. It smells like lobster. It smells like cooked lobster. The shell gets a little bit pinker. But you two do see a collection of just ancient weapons, and they're mostly very uniform. Like, and people with these had horns, because you can see like clamps for, like spots for horns around helms. But also you see a lot of little armor that looks like it might have been for the little onion guys. But also, that is everything in this room. That was the only enemy here. Midnight, you are pretty banged up.
Yep. I'm guessing part of my shirt has kind of turned gold.
Uh,
I'm just putting it back so you guys, so it's still here for you.
yeah, Iskra will turn to Midnight and ask if she can give him a hug to heal him.
Yeah, I'm always up for hugs.
It'd be when we come in to the room.
If you guys wanted to, yeah.
You just sitting here, aww. As Gemini walks into the room and sees the two hugging. Followed immediately by like, wait, do I smell shrimp? And Gemini runs over to the dead thing and starts like cutting into it to see if it's edible.
Hey, I want whatever it uses to digest the metal.
Doesn't mean it's not edible.
It's metal.
So? Be muscle inside there.
Yeah, no,
Just
whatever.
save the
Go,
stomach.
go wild.
Just save the stomach.
I was gonna say, before Caram and Ibring come in here, Caram would look to Ibring. Want me to hold on to that so Iskra doesn't throw a fit?
I'm sorry, what are you referring to?
The book.
Oh, Caram noticed that.
He did roll a 12, so
That's true.
Don't worry, I'll give it back.
I'm gonna eye Caram very, critically at that offer.
As Gemini's like cutting into this thing, like tasting it as he goes. He's like, "Oh yeah, Midnight, I found this cool book. We should look into."
Don't worry. I have my own reasons for doing something like this.
Get this, it's called Fisticuffs.
That definitely seems more From's alley, but I'm always up for learning new moves too.
Wait, what, did you say I had to study with Caram or Midnight?
Caram, you have to study it with.
Oh, Caram. Oh, I wrote that down wrong. Okay, so yeah, he tells that to Caram then. Yes.
Everyone's making mistakes with names tonight.
Yeah.
It's one of those days. Apparently, like not everybody.
I
doing a
am
lot.
going to hand this book to Caram.
Alright?
And I'm gonna trust him on this for.
Caram just closes the... doesn't even take a look at what the title is or anything. He just puts it, into his shirt pocket and just gives Ibring a nod and follows after Gemini into here.
There's a look of understanding, but within those eyes is also the it's that intensity. If you even think about crossing me, you are dead in an instant. I will kill you where you stand.
I think for the first time since coming here, Ibring will see just like a small smile from Caram.
So, is there any edible meat inside of this thing?
So dells are, which is what this thing is. It's just like a really big dell. We've been told not to overfeed them, but sometimes they get overfed. Dells are normally a scrap thing. They eat garbage nonstop. They can eat anything. So give me a 12-sider as you begin butchering this thing.
I also help out because Midnight is interested in seeing if he can get like the digestive system for
Absolutely. You
if
can
they
give
can
me a
make
12-sider
explosive bombs or something.
Alright.
Adventure.
Yeah, adventure. So like as you two like cut the hell out of this thing, also like you hear maybe in a minute. So as you are cutting into this, yes, you start to notice that you can eat this. They are closer to plants than they are to, like, texture-wise, I assume. They're closer to plants than they are to animals. And Midnight, when you get to that digestive system, it's not a system that makes any sense. It is because of success, I want to tell you useful things. Like, it is not like your stomach. It is not acid that burns it. You see it all gets like, because it eats metal. It wants metal. It flattens stuff into sheets, and then it poops that out in coils. So like, it's not wet. Gemini inside. It's slightly terrifying. You do find undigested and gold in here though, and some materials that you might be able to use for crafting. You guys can both add ancient bronze and gold bars to your inventories for crafting. But Midnight, and this is just if you are interested, if you wanted to get a whole bunch of metal, if you wanted to start a recycling thing, I think you can see how to, if you get a bunch of dells, and you've seen enough of these on both the Echo and on the Moon, you get a room full of these, you could start just throwing whatever you want in there. And then,
He's definitely,
go ahead.
He's definitely going to note that down to pass along to like Leo and Arcana and basically the Smiths.
Oh, absolutely. Iskra, in the corner over here, you do see a small for a lot of people here, but basically the right size of like a glove. It is a brass glove with 3 crystals, like one in the palm, one on the back, and one right in the tip of the middle finger.
Okay, sorry, say that again. Bronze glove with 3 crystals. Where are they?
Palm of the hand. There's a large one at the palm of the hand, like a robin's egg size. Same kind of size on the back. And then one right where the nail of your middle finger would be.
Okay. Can I use Death Sense?
Oh yeah, you could use Death Sense in this room if you want to, for sure.
Yeah, I just want to find out if there's anybody here that would have belonged to that we could talk to before I touch it.
I don't think you will find the echoes of people you see when you use Death Sense, and that's just you. You're the only one that sees it when you do that ability.
Yeah, and we also had determined that it would also relate to spirits.
Yes.
Yeah.
Up here, don't worry. You get to meet some ghosts. You see, like, walking around you and, like, walking around this room. Imagine this room, like, put back together, like, as it was. You see guards walking in, taking off their helmets and armor, like giving each other a rough time with, like, little pats on the shoulder. The one removing the gauntlet, clearly, like, female. And what you were saying is from 1,000 years ago at least. They do share a pretty good common link between Ibring and the other folks of Mixel. Like, they have their horns. You see their hooves. You see them, like, reaching down and, like, giving, like, fist bumps to little onion people. Then you see a figure come into this room. You know, I wasn't expecting to show them, but here, let's do it. I like when story happens.
Story time.
You see, and it's like the rest of you don't, but you do.
Uh-huh.
Like, this is Rapture. This is Rapture. Rapture is the sentinel for this tower and for this side. And as they walk into the room and look around, you suddenly see them raise their hand. Like, they come up and they talk to, and I think they might have been close to the woman you see take off the hand and that thing. I think there's definitely a moment of familiarity. Like, Rapture brushes her cheek. And, like, they are very close. And then you see Rapture just look up, and you see something reflected in the crystal, despite the fact that nothing is happening in this room. It almost looks like a warning light. And then she, like, takes off and she runs away. Like, and the rest of the guards go to help. And that handpiece is left behind as the guards leave this room to help their sentinel.
I'm going to try to discreetly pick it up and keep it to myself for now.
So yeah, Gemini, we can eat the Dells. Oh no, you rolled like a really high score, didn't you?
Roll a 10, yeah.
Yeah, okay. How do you prepare Dells, these garbage-eating shrimp that they taste good?
Just inside all their metal or plates or whatever, there's just a little bit of connective tissue connecting each thing together. You just scrape that off. And that's what you eat.
Oh, you eat the connecting tissue.
Yep. Yeah, just little bits of muscle holding the plates together that, you know, let them move.
Gross. All right. Anybody eating with Gemini right now? Are you guys hungry? Gemini's figured out how to eat these.
I will give it a kind of tentative shot.
I'll give it a shot.
It's good. Gemini knows what he's doing especially when it comes to bad food. Gemini knows how to eat it.
How do you make something that should be so disgusting actually taste good?
Recognizing
that's not the part that
opportunities when they present themselves.
Yeah, that's not the part that confuses me. The part that confuses me is the fact that this needs mostly metal.
Oh, also, does it give any insight to how Gemini's horrible pet Limber can eat anything?
Don't think Limber's from the moon. I think Limber's going to be from beyond, even the moon.
Yeah. It's like, oh yeah, no, this is nothing like how Limber does it. Wow, weird. shrug.
All right, we've spent enough time here. Shall we move on?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
We got a
Alright.
sentinel to get up.
Oh yeah,
Gemini
right.
goes to sit himself up using his bad arm, forgetting that the arm is useless, and just like falls over on his side. It's like, oh right.
Caram
Can't
will
use
help
that
him
arm.
up. Caram will help you up.
Crom, just a helpful boy today. This is the next set of stairs, guys. This is
Oh,
what's
God.
up. We're getting Castlevania on you. This part of the tower is exposed to open air. Like, both sides, you can see, you could fall for the entire, I don't know, 13 stories or so. And standing at the top of it is a creature that is not dissimilar to the golems that we ran into on the light side. But they have massive antlers made of crystal. And they are glowing red. Like, they are beating with the pulsing that matches Midnight's, like, pulsing beat.
Is that a good thing?
You know, I mean...
Depends who you are.
Is it a friendly thing?
Oh, he does not look friendly. He's given off very, those thorns vibes.
Ah. Gemini's like, oh, I got an idea. What if I fly behind it and we can take it from both sides?
Not a terrible strategy.
Gemini turns into a bird.
Gemini falls over the edge with trying to fly with only one wing.
Sounds like someone's gonna catch him.
He wouldn't immediately jump. He would start to
That's
flap.
fair. That is fair. That is fair.
They'd be like, then turn back and be like, oh, yeah, that's not going to work.
How does AP work on the moon?
Same as anywhere else. The only time it didn't work well was when the moon got turned off. But right now, the moon is resonating. Fun note that might be why Ibring saying that she's here for adventure might have really worked. Is the vibe that we are telling the moon that it should have, the thing that the moon resonates with right now, the energy that it is absorbing, is adventure. Like, we very specifically told it adventure's what energy it should have, so it does. So all of your magic works perfectly fine. Other non-adventurous magic, if they come up here, might not work perfectly, but yours does.
Okay, because then, so Iskra would be at 1 AP right now.
Oh, sick. That's rough.
Just a heads up.
I guess here's a good question. Where's the magic points in this thing? And how many?
Oh, you mean like the weak spots?
Weak spots, magic points, either or.
Second, I know I've got something to mark. Why am I so bad at my tokens? I think it has, this thing has 6 weak spots. Like, on its knee, on both knees, on both elbows, and at the sides of both, antlers.
You guys want to try to disable this rather than destroy it?
I think I have a strategy.
I have
Alright.
one too, but what's yours?
So I was going to use 3 AP and use plan specifically. to allow an ambush, and I'd like the ambush to begin with calming Clear and telling him to bring the heart around and starting this with a bombardment and then an action by every single one of the party members to disable him.
Gemini just picks his bad arm up, angles it, points with his finger, just like manually aims his arm. He's like, onward to adventure! Let's kick this thing's ass! And then just drops his arm and it flops uselessly to its side. It's not very effective at inspiring, but it looks stupid. But he thought it would look cool.
It's good moral support.
All right, Ibring. Go ahead and give me 2d12. This is for you calling in Clear and everybody.
Yeah, and hopefully I'll spend that 3 AP. Hopefully this gives everybody like a bonus round so we can...
Oh, absolutely. Everybody else will get 2d12s right after this. A 9 does it.
I swear, every single time I type this, I type D20 and then I have to delete and start over.
Oh, I'm there. I'm there with you every time. Like, this was a cute idea, but I have my regrets.
The muscle memory is very strong. Oh yeah, no, Gemini is absolutely like, wait, did you have a ride here? I thought you... Is that who you hitchhiked with?
Yeah.
Everyone's like, yeah. Was that your ride? Nice ride.
I think there is definitely a moment where one of these shots gets awfully close to Iskra. Still misses. Iskra, you don't take any damage or anything.
Oh, someone's getting a dressing down when I get back. Someone's in fucking trouble.
No shit. Run.
It's like I'm staring at the heart angrily, and somehow from like a distance of nearly a kilometer, they're just like, oh shit, she's pissed off. It's like, shit, I see her.
It's totally Clear.
All right.
All right.
So this guy has taken 4 damage from the bombard. It is like looking around, trying to like swat as the cannonballs are hitting it repeatedly. You all get 2d12 to make an attack on it. We know it has 6 weak spots. All of its joints, basically. Its elbows, its knees, and the things connect at the sides of its head.
All right, Midnight, ready to do this again?
This is going to be a little bit different. It's not... Look, I have an idea. Just trust me. I'll get you guys your shots, and he'll charge in and try to use the explosions as cover. Try to slide between the legs. Use 3 AP to supercharge his Bane tendrils and try to wrap him around the limbs and try to disable it. Leave it open for everyone else.
All right, give me them 2d12s. Let's fingers crossed, everybody. Nice,
Hey!
nice, very nice, absolutely. All right, you got it perfectly held in. So Midnight, like everybody gets 2d12, but you have 2 opportunities to change one of those dice unless they are a 1. Like you can have them you can help 2 people re-roll by having this thing bound.
Okay.
All right, who wants to go next? What do you use as weapons if you don't have access to like your lightning? If you have 1 AP.
Iskra.
It's a very
Wait, do I have...
Like,
I have 1 AP?
No.
No,
Iskra
I
has
do.
1 AP. That's my fault. I'm fucking it up
Oh.
all over the place.
That's a very good question. Freeze has a 0 AP ability that I can blow cool air, creating freezing winds that swirl around a nearby creature to do 1 HP. So I can just keep doing that over and over again while other people are hitting it.
Yeah, we can say that you
I
use
don't
that
know.
as
I'm
the
like
check.
trying to think if I have something that could give you AP, but I don't. I'm just not
Well,
mystical.
I'm waiting to see what the rest of the group is gonna do before I
Okay,
chime
absolutely.
in with any other
Yeah.
possibilities.
My
For sure.
plan with Gemini is to just use his staff thing and try to trip it and just make it fall to however many stories up we are.
Yeah, I'll help him. I'll go for a kick in the
So,
front
like-
while he goes for the legs.
Basically, as everybody's like launching stuff at it, Gemini's using that as cover to like sneak up to it and just kind of like prop his thing up just to try and trip it up.
And I was just gonna actually do some fucking bullheaded fighter shit and literally charge it, wild attack, do like a leap, try to land as close to his head as possible, and just literally try to hack both antlers.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, let's start with that, Ibring. Like, it is held down by midnight. It's not moving anywhere, so like, Ibring's like climbing up. Can you give me 2d12?
Yeah. I'm hoping I don't have to climb it. I'm hoping I can literally just leap and get where I
You
want
can
to
just
go.
jump. I think like goat legs. Do it like
Go legs, as long as it's 91 degrees or greater, I can just walk up.
it's fair. The idea of just stomping up this thing is pretty intimidating too. Could you imagine somebody walking up your body to slash you?
Why is it stuck on rolling the dice?
Sometimes roll 20 is
There it
rude.
is.
We got an 8 and a 5. I didn't see him come up, but that's what it's telling me. So yeah, with an 8, are you after damage or are you after those antlers?
Since I'm using a wild attack, which I believe it's a fighter ability, I would imagine I'm losing out on precision.
Okay. So yeah, you bring your swords like right down in its face, and it just starts cracking, and the scent of brimstone is in the air so viscerally from this.
Got it.
And it's starting to like wobble back. All right, Gemini and Caram.
And that's double, and if
Oh shit, it is.
it's double damage, and then, well, I mean, I don't want to like outright kill it because I want everybody else to get their turn, but I think my base is 8 right now.
Your base
so double
is 8 right now.
16.
It's like this thing could be dead right now.
No, I need the help of my friends.
Here's my roll.
All right. So a tough choice, Gemini. Does something break? Do we think something of Gemini's breaks?
Should I roll to see what I get?
Oh, yeah. Go ahead. Okay.
Eight.
Like, it's on its way over. Gemini using his fucking pole as a stick. Caram, what are you doing like on this one? Like as we're trying to tip this thing over the edge.
I think Caram runs up, jumps off its knee, and just with a flaming kick from his null leg, just hits it in the antler.
You feel it pull in your null. Like the way everybody else feels when their magic is stolen by null, you are feeling it. Not that it pulls it off your leg, but the fact that like a numbness starts.
Ugh.
And it took the hit, but it is like staring at you. Iskra, you see this thing like reach an arm back and like push itself up, staring at Caram, full like on hit, like it has red glowing eyes that are just bearing down on Caram, and it grabs one of those gears off the wall and just like attempts to swing it down as hard as it can to squish Caram.
We've established that if I use the ice to maneuver, that I don't use AP, yeah?
Right, yeah.
Okay. So I'll do that to skate up to Caram, to jump in the air, grab onto him, and then use the ice to slide down the steps. Out of the way.
Nice. Give me that 2d12. Oh, very nice, very nice. Karam, you see that gear, like, coming at you, and it's just like, nobody else waits kill 6 billion demons, but they use Doom
I need
as
to.
they use Doom as a sound effect a lot. And like, as it's like coming at you, Iskra just shows up, like nice icy trail, ice skating up to you, grabs you just in time. What between the 5 of you, what is the thing that finished the push? You know, like it was almost over anyway. Like it had like an X in its face that's just stone carved with Ibring's swords.
I think
I have an
as
idea.
Uh,
I have an idea that could tie into the tough choice.
I was going to ask what Midnight was going to want,
Oh,
since
yeah.
he did roll a 12 and hasn't
Yeah.
gotten
yeah,
his.
I was thinking. I was thinking the reason its arms got freed is because 2 of the bane tendrils went up to the horns to yank it over the edge as it was tipping over.
Yeah, absolutely, and it just falls. Like, no.
I have an idea for the tough choice. Is that like,
Dismount.
what if like as it falls, it's not Gemini's stick that does the tripping; it's like Gemini's busted up arm, and so I take more damage.
Yeah, if you want to take more damage, sure, I'll hit you some more.
Can we make a nod to the production value of shrinking the token as you drag it?
It was lovely to watch.
That is. I'm sorry.
I don't know if the stream even saw it. I was just doing that for myself. I do that weird shit all the time just because I like playing with tokens. So yeah, Gemini, take another 4 damage.
So
Gemini.
I've taken 6. That's fine. We've got what, 12?
Yeah, we got
Gemini
12.
and Midnight are all fucked up.
Iskra's is tired out. Ibring and Karam are the only 2 that are remotely fine.
And still bleeding? Am I still bleeding?
I think you can patch that up. That
Okay.
one's not one of the like really super negative cuts, so I think you're gonna be okay. If you
Wait.
want to be okay. Go
When
ahead.
did she get cut?
By the Dell, the shrimp thing.
Oh,
It
got
was
it.
going after her arm.
Okay.
All right. Well, that's taken care of. How's your arm, Gemini?
Been better.
Don't worry, I know a good doctor when we get back.
Ibring is kind of like picking up Gemini's arm and like letting it go, just watching it like fall back. Like, yeah, no, it's still busted.
There's no
Gemini's
bone
yeah,
left
pretty
in
cool,
this. Shake, 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 shake.
And it's like, yeah, I can't feel anything. It's weird.
Iskra's
Right.
just waiting for Karam to say thank you and walks up to him and says, "You're fucking welcome."
Just
okay,
like,
I'd have done the same for you. And just as he's walking off,
And Ibring cannot help but say, "Nice to see I'm not the only one."
yes, you get used to it.
Rude.
this is at the top of these stairs, everybody.
I mean, I deserve it. I'm not sure if Karam does. Not saying he does or doesn't. I'm just not sure. I am sure that I deserve it.
I did say thank you at least.
Did you?
Yeah, I said as Karam was walking, he said thanks.
Oh, okay, I didn't hear it.
Oh yeah, Iskra, how much does the hug heal do?
Oh, good question. Restoring all of their hit points.
Ah, there we go.
Oh, I'm fine then.
Yeah, he's totally good. So it's just Gemini that's all fucked up, and Iskra's just dog tired.
So when we get up here, the first thing you that you see and are drawn to, Ibring, is this strange circular device that looks like one of the portholes from your ship. It looks as though it would fit perfectly, you know, like it might dock here.
I'm walking over to it, just like studying it. I kind of put like one hand on it, just like kind of like touching it.
Gemini looks to the ship, to that, to the ship, to that. It's like, hey, it looks like you could dock here.
Ibring is going to glower at Gemini, like, yeah, it is that obvious, but like, you really didn't let anybody, like, I'm thinking that, I'm not saying it.
That's fair. I also don't think that Gemini could see that from that far away, like the actual mechanics of the ship. I think, like, that comment, hilarious. But I think only Ibring.
That is Gemini talking out of his ass.
So this is a window to another room inside. It is glowing with red light and pulsating. Ibring, you can feel electricity, but electricity that does not feel natural. Basically the opposite of the magic that you use in the forest. Like completely alien to your lightning. And every once in a while, you all will see like a red spark creep out of the corner of the window.
I'm assuming you meant Iskra with the magic. I'm so sorry.
No, I won't.
We're beginning to understand via context, but yeah.
Thank you. I'm just gonna say you do and hope you all understand.
I think it's because they're right next to each other and both start with
Yeah,
I.
should we stand further apart?
Yeah, there we go. Just like everybody stay away from each other.
Honestly, more accurate to where
So-
Iskra's probably standing.
Gemini would walk up to this portal thing and be like, for real though, what the heck is this thing? It looks like some, I don't know, some kind of ring of some sort. Is it a portal? He like sticks his arm through it.
It does not work like a portal.
I think Midnight's going to use his brain tendrils to try to pull himself up to the window, take a look inside.
Oh yeah, here we go. Let me just. One second, just gotta hide our tokens here, and then I can show you guys what is inside.
It's a mooring place.
That is what you see inside.
Emperor Palpatine, no, leave Luke alone.
It's like, oh no! You see what appears to be a large sentinel sitting in a chair, and what appears to be another sentinel, lashing red lightning out at them. Yeah, okay. Let's back to the mooring conversation.
Guys, we need to get in there now.
Oh, okay.
Let's go.
We taking the door or the window?
Where is the
Window.
door?
Midnight's absolutely going to grab each of them with a tendril if they let him in.
Gemini
Launch
jumps
through the
through the
window.
window.
Through the window!
Through the window. God.
All right, let me put our tokens back on this map now. Is everybody just going in? Just so I know, like, I'm assuming everybody's going in, but I don't want to, like...
Yeah. Hey, now knock that off. That's not very nice. Gemini yells at the one sentinel.
Yeah,
shooting the lightning.
if we're going in, I'm jumping at them.
And I know these sentinels, don't I?
You know of them, at least. Like, you would know that, You know and have history on this one. So you would know that is Rapture.
Mm-hmm. Got it.
The last point of contact between you all and the moon. And then,
What do you mean, you all? No, I'm joking.
like, this one. So as you all, like, break in through the window, it turns and looks at you. It's just sighs.
Come on now, knock that off.
It's just looks at all five of you again. It's just like, what brings you all to this glorious tower?
Adventure.
Release her.
And it like keeps the electricity going, or what? What threat do any of you pose to me?
I look over at Caram and I'm gonna be like, show him the book. And then I step forward again and say, release her.
All right, I'll do as Ibring says.
The lightning does go away, and it like hisses as in this room, Ibring, as like the book just starts like laying out, and we see lists of names, name, and then just like a lightning bolt in it. And it's just like the whole tower begins to light up and hum.
Effect ends when the target takes damage. Make Ibring
And
or
this is
Cadets
Fervor in
fly.
front of us right now. Like, this is our first time actually seeing him.
What a dick.
Is this a name we've heard?
Well, yeah, a bunch of times.
The
Fervor,
13th Guardian? Or
the
something?
13th
Okay.
Guardian. Yeah, 13th Sentinel.
Sorry.
No, you're good. Guardian was one of the things we were calling them at one point. And he hisses. He sounds almost petulant.
Was this thing drawn by George Kamitani?
No?
Who?
The main artist of Vanilla, where because 13 Sentinels, Aegis Rim.
Oh, I do not
Get it?
know that.
Yeah, it's a Vanilla Aware game.
So he, like, looks at it just like, you think you can stand against me? You've all failed before. What makes you think that this time is any better? On my home turf, I just wanted to come home.
Why are you attacking that one?
There's no attack.
You were shooting lightning at her.
Just to make her better.
Oh, heal lightning. Sorry to bother you.
Gemini.
What?
Points at the now red crystal. Not good lightning.
Okay, like out of character, let him cook though. That's a really hot design.
Like, he looks at all of you and he's just like, well, I can't say it's been fun, but in the meantime, he starts shrinking in front of you. This is not him like walking away. This is him just shrinking. It's just like, I'm sure we'll meet again.
Oh,
Ibring
bye.
like growls at him. Like,
Rapture stands up and starts like red lightning shoots out of her arms, and like she grabs her horns, and like it looks like she's trying to tear them off of her own head, and the whole place begins shrieking in pain. Like, and Caram, like Caram and Midnight, you're probably the most. No, Caram, Midnight, and Iskra, all three of you would know. She is becoming almost a bomb. She is pulling in so much energy from like the resonance around, and you guys can just feel it like nails on a chalkboard, like the stress of somebody holding a crystal in their hand but able to snap it. Imagine the sound of something breaking going on for, it feels like hours, but it's only been seconds.
So I was not expecting it to come to this. And we had a deal before. And like, I'd say to the rest of you, Ibring looks like it's this side of her that I don't think any of you have seen. She looks desperate. Forget what I said earlier. If you help me deal with this, how would you like for me to actually be indebted to each of you?
We can talk about that later. Let's focus on this now.
Right now, I think I got an idea how to deal with this. Just quickly.
I'll just nod.
And I feel it in my bones. It's like, but we can't kill her.
My plan does not involve killing her. Just, as I said, restrain her.
Mission was to wake her up. Well, time to wake her from a nightmare.
Okay, couple questions. If I was to, are the nightmare spiders still in my brain?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
God, I hate that
Nightmare
statement. I
spiders?
forgot about that.
Is there any way? Is there any way to get the nightmare spiders out of my brain to help Rapture?
Yeah, fucking. What is the plan here? Like, how are we looking at this?
I have a perfect pumpkin. I don't know if that would help.
That's gonna come in handy in October. We're gonna play those in
Okay.
October.
Perfect.
If I team up with Ibring to cast Relieve and have Ibring whisper whatever words into my ear that Rapture needs to hear, could I also use Relieve to coax the spiders out of my brain towards Rapture?
You might need something that of familiarity, you know?
I could help.
Yes, I do know.
Would help?
No.
No.
No,
No.
it's
Help
the
surprisingly
fucking-
almost never helps.
It's the fucking gauntlet that's in my pocket that I didn't want Ibring to know that I picked up.
You can do it without it. I will tell you right now. I will give you you and Ibring team up. You both can get 2d12. Absolutely. You put that gauntlet on and do it. Then I will give you 3d12. And you may ignore ones.
Jesus, that's pretty good.
I'm going to step over next to Ibring, take her hands in mine. You can see the corners of Iskra's lips frown in knowing how Ibring feels in this moment, and showing her a moment of grace and taking the gauntlet and putting it on and letting her know what the plan is from there is to cast Relieve and that I need her help in doing it.
She like instantly, as soon as the gauntlet comes out, understands like she doesn't understand the spell Relieve necessarily, but she knows like that's instrumental in it.
Gemini leans over to Caram and Midnight and whispers, "Look, they're getting along."
This is it.
Not the time.
All right.
What do I need to do?
Tell me what's gonna bring her back to you. And I will tell it to her.
Alan, can you just DM something to both of us? And
Yeah, let
that's
me
what'll be whispered.
see what I can do. Okay, let me
Yeah.
1 second here.
Get along, Gauntlet. Thanks for the brief levity. Tense moment.
Sorry, but while I'm writing this up, Midnight, Caram, and Gemini, the lightning is like coming everywhere. She has been like lashing out every direction. Like it's very hard for like any spell to like get complete under these circumstances. How would you three protect Ibring and Iskra during this?
So you this is basically nightmare energy, right? You said.
It we're seeing the real version of it, not nightmare energy. We are seeing what it actually is, and it is just lies.
And is it the same? Is it kind of like the energy Midnight has going through him in a way?
Similar? It's similar, but it is like I need to be incredibly clear. This fervor is not nightmares. Like nightmares from hell might be different. Fervor is not nightmares.
Yeah, I'll still try this. I want to. Yeah, I want to use Bloodlust Recovery to try to drain away the energy that would go towards Ibring and Iskra. And in fact, I am going to use the Inferno Bargain Ring and give up 10 HP to really try and guarantee this. He is going to channel the Inferno Bargain Ring to empower himself.
I think Gemini is gonna just dance and use his staff to try and like lightning rod. It's like, hey, he has an arm he can't feel. What's a little more damage if he gets, hit with some lightning or whatever?
All right, Gemini. You roll me 2d12 and take the lower because your arm is broken. Now, here is take that one back. Take that one back real quick because I'm gonna offer you something else.
Oh.
You can spend HP. Oh no, keep it. We got a 4 and a 5. You can spend HP to get those numbers up. How much HP would you spend?
5.
What a hero.
That puts me to 1 HP. Yeah.
What a hero.
So, Gemini is dancing, but bleeding all over the dance floor.
The club can't even handle him right now.
Midnight, did you make your roll for your part of that?
No, not yet. So.
Yeah, I'm still writing, so go ahead and give me 2d12.
Okay. Same time?
Yeah, oh, no, you can do one after another if you want.
And with the plus 10 from the Inferno Bargain Ring, that.
Yeah, absolutely. So, the dance, Gemini's dancing, is basically being treated like a lightning rod. Every move that you do, Gemini, it strikes exactly where you just were, but you're leaving behind little puddles of blood everywhere as you dance. Alright, but one bolt is about to hit you, and then as Midnight comes in, all of the lightning begins just enshrouding on him, just hitting him over and over again. It looks like Midnight is being lit up, from the inside. He's got that Street Fighter skeleton thing going on. As Midnight is currently holding back all of this. Caram, he can't hold on to it for long. You see that Iskra and Ibring are almost done. What is Karam's move here?
I think Karam was gonna just try to disrupt the vibes by bringing out the empty.
Yeah, give me 2d12.
If I use my watch, could I get an extra d12? Or
Yeah.
do them in order? Like one after another?
You could definitely do them one after another. I would definitely let you do one after another.
Alright. Yeah, I'll roll a second. Hey!
Absolutely. I'm almost done, guys. Don't worry. So, what does it look like to call upon the empty in this room? What is that?
I think this is the first time Karam has not tried to keep it in and instead focus it out in a direction. And just as the lightning looks like it's going to overwhelm Midnight, Karam just steps ahead and just draws it towards him, steps in front of Midnight and just pushes it out towards her.
In that moment, when Caram does that, when Caram opens himself to the emptiness, the whole room goes silent. Like, deathly quiet. And she turns and she looks at Ibring. And, I don't know how you can tell Ibring because her face is crystalline, but, maybe it's just you've hung out with enough people that are just a little weird that you understand that in a moment she is giving you her full attention. And she says, "He's tearing at my mind, twisting everything, drowning me in darkness. But I can hear her voice. It's still there. Her touch. It's guiding me, holding me together to focus." And then she just screams again, and it sounds like when you're finger on the outside of a crystal cup, but so discordant and hurting. And then Karam, it takes everything in you to silence that again. It's just this power, it's overwhelming me. But the voice is stronger. And then she begins to fade off into just the scream again.
Have the nightmare spiders started crawling out of my brain and towards Rapture yet?
Oh, for sure. They're all along your arm. They crawl along your arm. The nightmare spiders, I won't put them on screen because I didn't give an arachnophobia warning for anybody this time. But they look like tiny little spiders with skulls on their butts. They come from the moon.
Why are there nightmare spiders in the brain?
It happened a few games ago.
Okay. Not contagious. Or is it?
I'd be scared at the silence.
I don't remember them being contagious. We just set the nest on fire and they crawled in our brains.
Oh, are they in all of our brains or just people who were present at the time?
People were present at the time.
Ah.
Yeah, don't worry. If they call it contagious for you is the wrong word. This is where they belong. This is where they should be. I did not make that connection, but they are crawling up. You see one of them get hit by the lightning, but then the rest of them continue to crawl up her onto the crystals, and you see small cracks forming where the lightning is arcing out of, and they are crawling in there.
Are they helping or hurting?
helping for sure. You are doing great. You see them once they're inside, they begin spinning webs that it's like epoxy fill, like filling in these crystals. Like, and each little crack removes the lightning from firing out a little bit more. But like she still is in constant pain. She is still screaming. The relief has not functioned yet.
Iskra,
Yes.
we're going to need to go up and touch her. Somehow.
Okay.
Yeah. We need your gloved hand.
Yeah, just tell me what to do.
I just need you to make contact. That's it. I'll do the rest.
Okay, do we still need to like stay connected in order to keep casting relieve at the same time?
Probably. With like the other hands or something like that.
So is it just like Iskra and Ibring hand in hand? Like,
Both of us a hand on this thing while lightning's shooting everything, everywhere.
like slow stepping towards it, like we're fighting hurricane winds just to lay a hand on her.
For sure. Oh, Alan's dead.
No, I'm not dead. I'm here. I was just
Oh,
listening.
okay, sorry.
You guys were doing great.
Oh, okay.
It's like, I'm
Yeah, and I think
absolutely
we could just fight this and like finally get to the point where like I'm nodding at Iskra. I'm guessing, is the glove on the right hand or the left hand? Does it matter? It really doesn't matter.
Left.
It's on the left hand. Okay, so then you are on the left. Your right hand is going to be in my left hand.
Yes.
My right hand is going to be on her, and then your left hand is going to be on her.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, absolutely. You two give me 2d12 and relieve this poor creature. Oh, if you have something to say, this is when you would say it. Like, if
Are
you
we
had
not
something.
doing 3d12 no ones?
3d12, no ones, my bad, I forgot.
I'll say my thing, though.
Well, please do.
Rapture. You may
Lightning
not
arc.
know me, but I know you. I am Ibring the Storm. I come from your legacy. It lives on in me. And Seraph, she is here too. She will always guard and protect you. Her legacy shall live on as well. Be calmed.
Oh my god, 3d12, take no ones.
Both of us or just one?
I think
Just
both
one
of you.
roll.
I think
Okay.
we're both. We're solid. We're good.
Just to do it. Yeah, another 11.
Oh yeah, you both just like so good at touching women.
Well, you gotta make it like that, Alan. It's a very,
I'm
very
sorry,
tender moment.
It was so great.
What
I
the
ruined it.
hell,
I didn't know
dude?
I was holding control.
Oh my god.
Yesterday's still here.
The lingering stench of overwhelming gremlin.
Really, really was. Like lightning arcs out of her and she just like reaches back and like runs her claws down her face one more time, and Midnight, you see it leaving behind those scars, but they fade very quickly afterwards. Sorry, much smaller, much more diminutive. Like, Rapture collapses onto her knees. And just, she does not have tear ducts, but she is most certainly crying. And she just shakes 1,000 years of nightmares. And she looks up and sees Ibring. She sees, like, she like takes in Ibring like fully, and she's just like, "Oh, my steward." And she like kneels to Ibring, and then she looks over at Iskra, and she reaches out and touches Iskra's face lightly, and then like pulls it back, and she's like, "I'm sorry, you looked so familiar."
Like they don't look. Seraph does not look like Iskra at all, but just the glove and the being caught in the memory. For a
Mhm.
moment, she was just like, shit.
Exactly that, yeah. And she's like,
And-
Does the glove have any magic properties?
it definitely does. It has vibe properties. Like if anything you do with the gem at the palm of your hand, Iskra, can be like you can use AP to heal somebody as long as you're touching. If you backhand somebody with it, it will deal extra damage. It'll double the damage with like a force power. And if you put your hand like a gun, but instead of the pointer finger, it's just the middle finger. You can fire your magic at ridiculous range with this.
Just a tremendous fuck you.
Exactly that.
Very cool. I am going to ask her if I may keep it.
She's
But
just-
but after like the emotion settles.
of course. She raises herself to her feet, and she's just, "I'm sorry you all had to see me like that. Composure. And she reaches out to take Ibring's hand. Specifically Ibring, not Iskra. I'm not messing that one up. She's like, please, this way. You must be anointed. The tower must know you."
Of course.
And she...
Y'all coming, or is it that? Are we going far?
Oh no, it's no. It's just right there where you stand, and you see this wheel behind you start to turn, it begins turning slowly, but then it gets up to the point where you can't even see the spokes anymore, and it's causing a hum, and everybody on the ship, you guys become aware of this hum immediately. It sets off all your all your devices are just like, oh, there's a large sense of resonance here, like an unknown resonance, and Peanut's just freaking out a little bit. It's like, uh-oh, that's where I sent them. And everybody on Mixel also feels this, as like and everybody in the pirate ship, everybody in the Storm Cruise ship is also feeling this vibration, this resonance. And Ibring, the tower, you feel it. It feels like it's trying to shake your heart out of you. And then it does not stop. It does not go away, but you all become accustomed to it. And Rapture nods. Yes. The tower has a steward at last. Trade is open. And she goes to her chair and sits down. Ibring, you do not have to stay here. But as you walk around, like just looking around, you have genius location of this place. You know everything in this tower. It's like you know where every speck of dust is. It's a bit much. It's a bit alarming. You can turn it off or set it as background noise. But you cannot lose anything here. You also know how much health everybody standing in here has. Rapture has next to none.
Midnight has 2 and cannot be healed.
Gemini has 1.
Caram's down to 6.
8.
What? I'm sorry. What are we counting?
That's everybody's health. You know it. Like the
Oh.
back of your hand. As long as they are in the tower, you know how healthy they are. You know exactly where they are.
You know exactly how much blood Gemini lost.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
also...
I'm gonna like look at each one of them with this like I'm almost like looking through you, like I see something that I didn't see before, and then when I get to Gemini, I'm just like, should we get him to somebody? Is he gonna be okay? Or
Gemini, you gonna be okay?
Gemini just gives like the world's weakest thumbs up.
Yeah.
he
he
holds
looks
his
much-
broken
he looks-
hand and then like props his thumb with the other.
Yeah. He looks super pale and anemic.
We should get him back to the ship.
Rapture waves her hand and all the doors open for you. I'm sorry if
No,
I was too forward, Steward. I'm sorry. This one just looks weak.
Sorry, my Discord does this thing where it like drops and reconnects for like 3 seconds every 5 minutes. It's mostly just an inconvenience. It hasn't happened in mostly non-critical moments. So what did she just say?
She opened the door for them so that they could not escape but leave, and she
Yeah.
apologized if it was too forward.
No, absolutely. I'm indebted to each and every one of these individuals.
Debts must be paid.
They must be paid. As promised, each of you has acquired treasure of, I hope, appropriate value to your contributions during this escapade. So, as promised, I shall grant them all to you.
Then
To
Gemini's
Iskra's question specifically, I should say, of course it is yours. It suits you well.
Gemini smiled and was like, look, I knew the two of you could cooperate. See? We can all be friends. It's cool. And he just says this in the most rambly manner possible, like slightly delirious. Still giving a thumbs up and an awkward smile the whole time.
Right. I want to confirm, Alan, when you say trade is open.
Then we are sending out a signal that is the same signal that 1,000 years ago used to be broadcast throughout like the area, mostly to the Echo, that if you have trade to do, then you come here. Like if you have trade to do on the moon, you come here. Like this is the outpost.
Well, I did say I would be indebted to you, and I don't like to keep debts standing on record. It's so irritating when I have to pay them later. So, should any Lockstitch member step foot in this tower, they shall be welcomed as traitors, and no harm shall come to them.
She's like, you see Rapture look up, and she's just like, yes, addended, like Lockstitch, friends and traitors.
Free passage at all times.
Of course. And
Not traders with a T. Traders as in goods, commerce.
Like, we're gonna have to get some help cleaning this place up. You see her face goes over the gauntlet that Iskra has for a moment, just in like a quick sadness moment, but like nothing terrible. Like nothing that like is Iskra, you need to give that up. It's just a little sad.
Does it remind you of someone? Is there something that I should know?
Another time. It does. It suits you well.
Thank you.
Use it to protect your friends. Please.
Gemini's just like, why are there 2 Ibrings now?
That man needs medical attention. She's just like, wait, we had a first aid room. You guys go into the first aid room, there's nothing there. It's just a stone bed. But yeah, like, this place begins to turn on. It has a resonance all its own. The resonance is a welcoming resonance, just like, come here to trade. But Ibring, you can set this resonance at whatever you want. Like, this is ancient tech. This is ancient celestial sea technology, well before the moon got separated from the echo.
Well, we'll keep the vibe where it's at. Seems to be a good spot.
Absolutely. And then Rapture just looks up. It's just like, we have to plan for the gala.
Mr. Lullaby played this card. Stink flower. Flip a coin, heads heal 5 horsepower, tails restored.
I'm sorry, the gala?
Has some on him even.
The gala.
You get invite to that.
It'll take place on the gazebo. The steward already has a standing invite.
Gemini immediately like comes. She's like, "Do you need food served there?"
There should be. I do believe Figment is a huge fan of cheese.
Because I can cook.
I think Gemini
just
saying
like,
that and then passing out
Yeah.
is like, and then the screen fading to black as you all like get him back on the moon buggy is a pretty good place to end today's game. I did it again. I accidentally ran us a little long.
Midnight's driving.
I'm gonna stay behind if that's allowed.
It is not, sadly. I'm sorry, Caram. I
Right.
don't
Oh,
want to really separate us on the moon yet.
one,
And besides, clear is
one
about to
item
be
of
there.
business.
Oh, go
Just
ahead.
a
Yeah,
small
go ahead.
thing.
Yeah.
Karam,
Of course.
if I could have that thing you were holding on to for me.
Not a problem. And he just holds it out. Hope that
Thank-
this is a start.
Hold on a minute. What were
Karam
you
looks
really
at this,
after on the moon?
points at the entire tower.
Oh, I have what I need. This is just a sentimental record. A family history.
Karam looks at Iskra. Looks at Ibring. I guess you can say that this is a gift from me to you. In hopes that we have friendly relations in the future.
Why, thank you.
Right, so with that, I don't see the thing on the screen. Nika's screen is different than it was last time. I can't do anything. Is it this one? Nope. Oh, it's this one. I did it. Look at me. Some people didn't see that, but I did. So, today's game was... Okay, so we went to explore a tower on a side of the moon that we heard that Fervor might be at. It's like, so he sent the big guns. Peanut sent the big guns. Gemini to show these what behind the ears people puppies where to go, and then you three to hit stuff. On the way, you ran into Ibring, who mysteriously got up here. 3 out of the 4 of you immediately wanted to be best friends and decided to make friends. And we drove up to this tower, fought a bunch of drakes that had gone a little bit crazy. Drakes are mandrakes. They're little onion guys.
Okay.
They respect and will listen to Ibring now, and they do live in the tower. They love trade, and as soon as we can get them not crazy, they will be just adorable. But just right now, they're a little crazy. After 1,000 years. We discovered a library which contained the genealogy of Ibring, as well as a book on how to fight with food, or by making food. Not 100% sure how that goes. Caram and Gemini got to work together to decipher that book. Midnight got beat up by a shrimp, but then beat it back. Ibring attempted to murder the shrimp, but then got hit pretty hard, but then finished it off. We discovered we can eat those things. Ibring has a cool little gauntlet thing that can heal, hurt.
Iskra.
God damn it
Twice.
again! I did it again right there, didn't I? Thank
Twice in
you.
a row.
Keep correcting me, please. It needs to stop. Iskra, beat the shit out of the Dell, then took the gauntlet. Then we discovered that, some weird guardian creature that you guys just immediately pushed off the ledge. Just goodbye. You guys Dark Souls cheesed that one real hard. Any
Was
time.
that a tactic in Dark Souls?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
There's a couple enemies you can just get to
We really
Oh.
iron golemed it.
Yeah, you iron golemed it. I think did they patch that out? I thought they did, but anyway.
Nope.
No, it's a
Always does
designed
it.
mechanic to hit the knees and make it fall over.
I remember the dragon in Dark Souls 1 where you could just keep shooting its tail with an arrow and eventually get its sword. Anyway. Then we met Rapture, who is being exploited by Fervor, who is Fervor was hitting her with his red lightning, turning her, corrupting her, infecting her. Is not corrupting, because corrupting was last time, but infecting her is the description. She lost a bit of her mind, but then after Midnight, Caram, and Gemini held it off long enough, Iskra and Ibring were able to calm her down so she did not explode, and then came back to herself, and she is now Rapture once again. Rapture serves the steward of this tower, and the steward of this tower right now is Ibring. We are hearing a resonance from this side of the moon that is trade is open and welcome. And you all are safe at this tower for right now. But on your way home because Gemini lost a lot of blood and we don't have any spare blood here.
Good luck. That buggy straight off the cliff.
Right off Gemini just fucking full, what's the word I'm looking for? Very much rubberneck. He's completely unconscious, but we're launching you guys out. Oh, this is just for the players.
I think Gemini is barely conscious, and it's the greatest things he's ever experienced in his life.
It's very ragdoll, just you
He's
guys got him buckled in. That's the only thing holding him.
Super delirious, excited.
One of his arms doesn't have bones anymore.
He's just giggling the whole time.
Right. And yeah, that will be the end of today's game. We're getting close to the end of this arc. I'm very excited. You all did amazing. Thank you so much. Sorry that we ran a little bit late, but it happens.
Sorry. It was so great. Amazing game.
I thought it was a great game. Yeah, I'm good. Goodbye forever, everybody.
Bye.
I have
Bye.
to
Okay, bye.